In topic one, we touched on what is commonly seen, our importance as parents and caregivers in the field, and some aspects of building perception. Now we get a bit more technical. There are 5 things to watch for in any online lesson: attention, adaptation, communication, a plan, and mannerism. Let's delve into attention, because once you see attention being managed, you can see almost everything else. The biology of attention. A child's attention is not constant. It depletes and recovers. It moves in waves, from what we see physiologically all the way down to the molecular level. A child who is usually fine in all of his or her lessons may be having difficulty one day. Maybe her glucose levels are low and she just needs a healthy brain boost snack. Maybe a child who is usually wiggle worming all over the place is having surprising focus in class, perhaps because he just came from a day at the park and burned off the excess energy. We have to remember our children have physiological, emotional, and regulatory needs. Due to the Western academic idea of schooling or our own upbringings, we lose this perception. We need to focus on what is natural for our child at their specific age and skill level. Lesson length. One of the best things you can do as a partner in bettering the field is recognizing appropriate lesson lengths for your child. And this varies, but generally, as 6-year-olds' sustained attention to a single uninterrupted activity is around 4 to 7 minutes, not 30. An 8-year-old, maybe 7 to 10 minutes. A 12-year-old, perhaps 12 to 15 minutes. A teenager, 20 minutes. An adult, including you, maybe 25 minutes before the brain starts to pull away. So when a child is asked to sit through 30 minutes of the same activity, recitation, correction, from beginning to end, we're asking their brain for something it cannot biologically do. That's a structural design issue with how the lesson is shaped. Not effort, not skill, not character, design. And it goes beyond just proper pacing in the lesson. Attention relies on so many different variables. Now, I have developed a real framework for this in my professional development course for online teachers called Beyond Basics. We aren't going to go over it in this series as it covers a wide range of skills for teachers, but it will be available bi'idnillah for online Islamic teachers to build this much needed structural skill. The more relevant aspect for us is how to recognize a teacher who is implementing the structural skills necessary to engage the attention of the child in the most appropriate manner. Now, a few things to watch for when a teacher is managing attention well. Reading the signs. The teacher should be watching your child as much as the material on the screen, their eye direction, their tone of voice, their posture, whether your child has stopped the kind of fidgeting they do when engaged. A teacher tuned into the child will know how to adjust in different aspects like pacing or the content. If the teacher's attention is just on the screen or something in front of them for longer than necessary, the important signs from your child can pass unnoticed. Signaling. How does the teacher transition through the pacing from the greeting time to the review to the subject matter to the close? When the lesson shifts, does the child understand and move along? Verbal markers, visual markers, auditory markers do real cognitive work. They give the brain a chance to reset before the next activity. A lesson with clear signaling has a shape your child can feel. A skilled teacher maps the best transition for your child's learning type. Adjusting, the one to watch for most carefully. Your child's attention starts to fade. Maybe their eyes drift, voice flattens, wrong answers keep coming. A skilled teacher doesn't push through. They don't use strong verbal tone or strong words to get the child to listen. They change something. Add in a small story, a new angle, a brief pause, or a quick game. These are just a few simple things to look for. Watch for these in your child's next lesson. You won't always see everything done perfectly. Some days you'll see 1 or 2 aspects, and that is still a good thing. So it's not about the absolute perfection. It's the absolute absence that we worry about. Remember, compassion. We don't know what the teacher may be facing behind the screen, and quite possibly our child might be the one having a rough day. Or we are, and that inhibits our ability to fairly assess. Subscribe, share, let's do our part. See you in the next video, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum.